Okay, so we saw this on TikTok, right? All right. Always pad. It is brand new. Take it down so I can see it. Turn it around. Okay. Look, you don't see anything on it. It's brand new. Obviously, I just took the back off. Now put it back up to the fucking light. That is mold. Oh,
that's crazy.
My God.
When we first had it up here, it was just green. I'm like, all right, ain't really shit. But I still like that color. And then we flipped it, and then we was like, oh shit. Yeah, nah, bro. That's disgusting.
क्या फिर कर ले इसको टेस्ट. Let's go. I'm sorry, what? Bright white light? How's that worse? Okay, then let's check which layer is the problem. So layer number 1 is this top sheet. That doesn't look dirty. Layer number 2 is this plasticky sheet. That looks okay. Layer number 3 is this cottony sheet. Okay, this is the one that looks the dirtiest. And layer number 4 is this plasticky sheet. Okay, this layer is fine. So then why does it look like this? Before you jump to the conclusion that this is unhygienic or dirty or it is mold, let me tell you the cottony core is not actually pure cotton. It is cellulose or wood pulp, which retains its pale yellow color even after bleaching. And that's not it. Multiple layers, different structures in the pad also make the light scatter differently, which makes it look a little moldy. But that doesn't mean that the pad is unhygienic or unsafe for use. So this is normal. But does normal mean that the pads are actually safe for use? This is a great time to ask that question. The pad companies use cheap wood pulp. That sounds organic, no? No. The thing is, they are super processed. Some of them even use super absorbent polymers, adhesives, binders, perfumes, just a bunch of chemicals. And the best part, pads are not even legally required to list their ingredients on the pack. Good check. Wanna know something even crazier? Toys had to prove that they are phthalate free since 2017. But the same rule applies to pads only since this year. And what are phthalates? Phthalates are hormone disrupting chemicals. Yes, in your pads. And you know what? No pad brand has given proof that they are phthalate free. And that pure white look you see on the pad before you put it right under the light, that's bleaching. So please stop encouraging companies to bleach their pads even more. Instead, ask them the right questions. Ask them what are the ingredients, where are the toxin-free certifications. Because seeing that dirty core, that's normal. But using pads with toxic chemicals that are all hidden behind the whites, not good. What will I suggest? I would suggest switch to cups or reusable period panties or any other thing, but try to make the transition. Let's start.
This is because I'm scared for my life. I don't know if it's with other girls. Look at this. I've just opened my pads. I always use orange every time since I started my periods. How these pads are not good, are not nice, and I'm like, yo, you're lying. But when I checked mine out, see what I found. Guys, look at this. Mind you, this is new. I've just opened it. It looks clean outside, like nothing is there. But have a look at this.
Peace, family, brother Rezest. I'm here and we are in the warehouse for Peace Pads, the women's sanitary napkin company that your brother is the owner of. I'm going to talk to the brothers real quick. It is not a comfortable thing to see a man with a pad. This is just not a comfortable thing for women, brothers, but I need you to understand something. They need your help because many of them don't know about what are in these. So men have to be just as educated, if not more educated, about what women are putting on their bodies. You have daughters, you have sisters, you have wives, you have aunties, whoever. You need to know 100% organic cotton. You have to be aware of the chemicals, studies that came out. You need to be aware of the fact that there are different things women want to use. They have cups, they have other different things, but we are utilizing nature to help women to get back into natural order so that their bodies feel good, their mind, their spirit, and everything is good. One of our sisters here putting together some of the peace packs. Brothers, you need to know what the word flow means. You need to know what that means for a woman so that you can get what is best for her comfort level, so that she feels good throughout the day, so that her body is handling everything properly. But if you don't know, I suggest the peace pack because you get one of each in that pack. So then she can choose for herself. She'll find out what is best, and then from there she can order that exact one every month. This is our warehouse, y'all. Black owned, and we are doing what we can to help the people. Make sure you go to peacepads.net. Brothers, become educated, please, about a woman's menstrual cycle so that you can be, I would say, the best man you really can be. Because some women say that men don't care, but clearly we do. And I want all of you to become educated so that you can show that you care, not just talk about it. All right, y'all. Peace. Hey, peace family, brother Reez Islam here. Check this out. In light of the fact that so many women and men and people all over are seeing these pads for what they really are, which are things filled with chemicals, specifically Always, I want to go ahead and show you something on a research point, if you don't mind. In 2014, Women's Voices for the Earth did testing on 4 different Always pads, and the results are startling to say the least. Always pads testing results. Product testing results show that Always pads release chemicals linked to cancer and reproductive and developmental harm. It shows here that they did testing on these 4 different Always pads: the Always Ultra Thin Unscented, Always Ultra Thin Clean Scent, Always Infinity Unscented, Always Radiant Infinity Light Clean Scent. And it says here that the results of the testing indicate that both scented and unscented Always pads emit toxic chemicals, including chemicals identified by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services National Toxicology Program, the Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry, and the State of California Environmental Protection Agency as carcinogens, meaning they cause cancer, and reproductive and developmental toxins. None of these chemicals are disclosed on the product by the manufacturer. After the testing came out, then they started to put these on the label. Now, what are some of the chemicals that you may ask were found in the Always pads? Well, let's take a look. Results. The Always menstrual pads were found to contain several chemicals of concern, including the following: styrene, a carcinogen; chloromethane, reproductive toxicant; chloroethane, a carcinogen; chloroform, a carcinogen, reproductive toxicant, neurotoxin; acetone, an irritant, which explains why so many women have been getting irritated with wearing these pads. And even this study from UC Berkeley of Public Health found toxic heavy metals, including arsenic, inside of tampons as well. Ladies, be careful and understand that they are targeting you through your womb, so be careful with what you put on it. I do recommend, out of all these different companies, Peace Pads to be your go-to solution for your sanitary needs. Peacepads.net, chemical-free, 100% cotton, non-toxic, black-owned, and definitely the pads that I would recommend you use. Brothers, please make sure you do more research on this as well.
Islam, shalom, hola, aloha, bonjour, osio, konnichiwa, assalamu alaikum. This your brother, Zach Bay, Indigenous American Moor, coming to you live in full effect. Like, share, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell down below so you can be notified whenever I'm dropping some new content. Leave a comment, interact with me. Thank you. I really do appreciate your viewership. Let's jump into another one. Hopefully you enjoyed those videos at the beginning, you know, to help lay the groundwork and let you know exactly what I'm thinking about. Hopefully it was informative, because those videos have been making rounds for the past weekend or so. Last few days, I've been seeing a lot more information pop out about this, and the information about these female hygiene products. You know, a lot of women are taking a closer look, you know, holding it up to the light and seeing like all this stuff that's in there, you know, chemical additives, and people saying that it's cotton, people saying that it's mold. You know, it's you just never really know. To be honest, I would say don't trust it. You know, do your own research, test it. You know, if you have to cut a few open to really take a look inside to see what's going on, do that. One thing I can say is, as the public, you know, we the people, we cannot trust the FDA. It's already come out with plenty of information. I've dropped videos in the past about how the FDA cut back on a lot of the testing they've been doing on harmful chemical products, harmful chemical additives that are inside of products, certain testing that they should be doing to protect the public. They're just bought off, you know. A lot of them are bought off by, you know, lobbyists, you know, lobbying the government to make sure that certain laws don't really affect the business and don't really affect their bottom line, their dollar. Information has come out about the CDC pretty much cutting back on the testing they've been doing as well. So the FDA and the CDC pretty much are not protecting the public as they should be doing on the level that's, you know, public health is like being the top priority, being paramount. That's not really being showed or displayed within the last few years, I could say, with all the information that's been coming out, right? So besides the information on these female hygiene products, I was seeing information months ago even about the same kind of concerns happening with baby diapers, all right? If you didn't hear about it, Go check it out. Go check out the information for yourself. So the same exact thing, people finding out that there's some kind of chemical additives, that there could be potential harmful mold, bacteria, or like chemicals inside of the diapers, the absorbent liners and stuff like that. Pretty much, the same type of things that are inside of these female hygiene products. So the same thing with the diapers. It was also information coming out about these chemical additives, harmful bleach and stuff like that being added to toilet paper, fam. So it's not just female hygiene products that they're targeting, and like baby diapers and stuff like that, and wipes that they're targeting. Anything that goes against your growing, anything that goes against your genitals, it seems that they're adding chemical additives to it in order, I've said this for a while, depopulation is the prime objective. They want to wipe out as many people as possible. They want to call the herd. They want to cut down on the number of people that are reproducing, so-called undesirables, all these different types of rhetorics that they like to use to, justify their agenda of, the depopulation, genocide, eugenics, all this type of stuff, fam. So, besides that, it was information about polyester. What does polyester, all right? That's like a material that's in like fabrics and stuff, right? If it's not cotton, if it isn't linen, if it isn't wool, they're using different types of polyester blends. So polyester is like chemical plastics and stuff like that, and different blends of different chemical additives that's making these polyesters. So apparently these polyesters are linking to low sperm counts in men. They're leading to infertility in women. So it's kind of like that forced sterilization thing. Look it up for yourself. What has polyester, the test that they did on rats, they like to test these things on rodents, mammals, and then they go to like lesser primates and stuff like that. But they said it was reducing fertility in the rat population when they had it directly exposed to their genitals. So yeah, besides the female hygiene products, baby diapers, toilet paper, polyester that's probably inside of the spandex or latex that are, the stretchy materials that are inside of leggings that are made from underwears, underpants, all this stuff. So you have to be careful, fam. And if you don't believe me, if you still skeptical, if you still like, nah, this guy don't know what he's talking about, think about Johnson & Johnson. That's all I got to say. You remember a few years ago when they came out with the information that the company Johnson & Johnson's baby powder was giving women and babies cancer? That it was coming out that it was giving a lot of women cervical cancer and stuff like that. All cancers that are related to female reproductive health, right? For the most part. So Johnson & Johnson came out and they were selling that baby powder for years and years and years, decades. And it finally came out that they already knew that it was doing that to people. They already knew exactly that it was causing cancer, but the amount of money that they were making, it did not matter if people came to them with lawsuits, because they have enough money set to the side for potential lawsuits, because they know not that many people are going to fight. Not that many people are going to have the resources, are going to have the time, going to have the patience, going to have the expertise to go through the legal battle, to go all the way through the court proceedings, months and months and months and years, had like to drag things on because they have so many paid attorneys. Most people don't have the stamina to go through a lengthy legal battle. And a lot of these companies and corporations, these large corporations, they know exactly that, and they feed upon that and they prey upon that. And they set money aside, a small sum of money to the side for anybody who does happen to go through that and win. And they just pay them out pennies compared to the billions of dollars that they've paid. And the slap on the wrist fines that they received is drops in the bucket compared to the billions of dollars they've made through the decades of selling these products that have been, shortening our lifespans. So let me know how I'm doing down below. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. You know that they don't like hearing these messages. You know they always trying to silence voices like mine, fam. This is your brother Zach Bay. Peace.
All of my Americans out there, this is the environment that you grew up in. You grew up where if you get sick, you come and get one of these guys. Okay? Right? Tylenol, all that good stuff. Okay? And so when a monk comes along from the East and tell you guys, hey, meditation does wonder. You should rest. Number one, you should rest. The body heals itself long before doctors came along. And then you guys are like, what? No, I'm going to continue working. Right. Then your body takes a hit. Then you come over here and, you got sore throat problems. You got cold. You got flu because your immune system took a shot. Right. And then, this is a $1 billion industry. OTC, over-the-counter stuff. Okay. Look, we got Aleve over here. We got Tylenol. Okay. How long are you going to do this to yourself until your body's like, yeah, I'm used to this. I just want more. Right? And that's why people start taking Percocets, painkillers, hydrocodone, oxycodone, you name it. What is today's talk about? Today's talk about why don't you guys start looking into meditation over medication so that you can actually heal the natural way and not feed into this $1 billion industry of pharmaceuticals, right? And then take priority of peace and priority of rest. In my country and elsewhere, sometimes we take 12 to 2, take a nap during the day. In America, heart disease, #1 killer. Why? Stress, stroke, heart disease, stroke, heart disease. My cousin just died 4 days ago. My mom died 6 months ago. Stroke. She got to enjoy just 10 years of her retirement. So the question for all of you is, do you want to be like them? Yeah, exactly. I just want to take this time because every time when I'm in the pharmaceutical section, I always think about that teaching. Right? Ever wonder why I don't look 37? Because I rest, and often. I had 3 jobs growing up. I worked since I was 14. But I prioritize rest, and I just know how to make it work. Don't party, don't drink, don't do this, don't do that. A lot of don'ts. You want to look like this? Do a lot of don'ts. Actually, you want to look like this? Follow me. Take care.